Well, as promised earlier on, we're heading back to Yashanta's kitchen for a delicious vegan curry.
So today we're going to make a delicious vegetarian as well as vegan curry. It is a red capsicum, mushroom and green beans curry with a cashew nut gravy, which is suitable for both veganism and vegetarian diets. So first we're going to start with the gravy. What we'll do is add some grapeseed oil. You can use some olive oil. I like using grapeseed oil especially for frying because it's quite a stable oil under heat. So we'll add about a tablespoon of our grapeseed oil. To that, we're going to add some finely chopped onions, which I've placed into the liquidizer. So we're going to fry this until the onions are slightly brown. While the onions are browning, we're going to add about a teaspoon of fresh ginger, about 2 cloves of fresh garlic, and to that we're going to add some fenugreek seeds, about a teaspoon of that. To that we're also going to add some cumin seeds, about 2 teaspoons of that, and lastly some coriander seeds, about 2 teaspoons as well. So we're just going to crush these spices lightly, and we're going to add this little spice mix to our browning onions. Okay, these spices are ready. Onions look great, lovely and fried. They're going to be delicious and sweet. So to that, we're going to add our spice mix. Okay, so we're going to spoon this into the frying pan. It's very important to remember to fry all your spices. You have to gently brown your spices because that is what releases the flavor. To this onion mix, we're going to add some garam masala, 2 teaspoons of garam masala. Next, we're going to add a mixed masala. So mixed masala, this is a special homemade one made by my mom. Last of all, we add a teaspoon of fresh turmeric. And we let this fry a little bit, just for about 5 seconds. Give all the spices a stir, just get this delicious aroma of spices. The last spices we need to add: star anise, one of these, a cardamom pop, so we can just pop that into the frying pan, 2 cloves, and 1 cinnamon stick. Lastly, we'll add our delicious and fragrant curry leaf. So we need a sprig of that, throw it into the pan. And we need about a cup of delicious raw cashew nuts. We're going to let this fry for another 5 minutes. So it looks like our gravy mix is ready. First, we're going to take out our cinnamon stick and our aniseed because they're quite an overpowering taste and we don't want it to overpower this delicious creamy sauce we're going to make. So what we're going to do, we're going to transfer all of this into a liquidizer or a spice grinder because you want it to be quite fine. To this gravy mix, we're going to add about a cup of water. There we go. We're going to place this onto the liquidizer and give it a good blitz. Now that the paste is ready, we're going to prepare our vegetables. So we'll start off with these beautiful exotic mushrooms. Very important that we get fresh. You can also use plain white mushrooms and do a mix of all of the mushrooms together. So let's get these mushies chopped. We're going to just roughly chop our mushrooms. And for these shimeji mushrooms, there's not much prep that goes into it. You can just lightly cut off the roots. You're going to place a pot on the stove and add some grapeseed oil to this. You need this at about a medium heat. To this mix, we're going to add now some fresh red chili. Depending on your heat preference, I like to add about 1.5 chilies. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of mustard seeds and a little bit more curry leaf for some fragrance. While that's sauteing, you wait for your mustard seeds to pop just slightly. And to that, we're going to add our delicious mushrooms. So we're just going to let these mushrooms cook down a bit. So this is just about ready. To that, we're going to add our red capsicum. Need about a cup of that, and some beautiful green beans. Also about a cup of green beans. I'm going to stir this. So now we're going to add the liquid part. You need about half a cup of grated tomato. Put that in. And we're going to add our delicious gravy mix. And we're going to add a little bit more water for some consistency. Now that you've mixed all the ingredients together, you want a bit of a thick paste. Now we're going to put the lid on and let this simmer for another 10 minutes or so. Reduce the heat. So I've prepared some brown rice with a bit of wild rice in the mix. Lovely for fiber. You can make this curry with any rice and serve it with gluten-free rolls. Hey. So let's serve up some of our beautiful mushroom, peppers and green beans curry. There we go. All you have to do now is put on a little bit of garnish, so some fresh coriander leaves. And there's our beautiful vegan curry, ready for winter.